What's up, guys? This is Junior from JNC. Who do we have here and what you did?
Hi, my name is Isaac Kritz. I made top 16 of YCS Philly with Dinomorphia.
Oh, let's go. That sounds very spicy. Any shout outs?
Shout out my brother, because he's the one who got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's the reason I'm here. He took me here. Shout out to Team Beige, and also Xander, because he let me borrow his Psychic and Punisher.
Got it. Yes. All right. Show us a goo.
Alright, for the Dinomorphia monsters, it's I play 3 of each. Therizia lets you set 1 from your deck, and Diplos lets you send 1 from deck to graveyard. They also both float by banishing a trap from your graveyard. There's an argument for 2 Diplos, but I like 3 just because of being able to fuse. I found a lot of time when testing, I ran out of cards in deck to fuse with, so I'm just playing 3 of both. It also helps you when they banish cards from your deck on Diplos to still have them enough in deck.
All right. Perfect.
Next is one Misc.
Oh my God.
This card is great because it just protects all your guys and your extra deck monsters. And on turn 3, you can banish 4 to summon another Therizia from deck. Oops. Which is just incredible.
Wow, that's crazy.
The last 3 monsters is just 3 Ash.
Okay.
This card is just solid. This format, Ash Theosis, Ash, whatever. It also helps make Psychic and Punisher by being a level 3 tuner. So it's quite good. For spells, it's 2 Fossil Deck. These search your Dinomorphias. It also can search Misc if you already have Therizia. So it's quite good for that. Yeah, I mean, it just searches your stuff.
Of course. I'm pretty sure, like when you, like if you already have Therizia and like you activate Fossil Dig, like people think like you're playing like traditional dinos, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Gotcha.
The last 3 spells are just 3 Pot of Duality. You typically don't special summon on your first turn. Typically it's only normaling a Therizia or just setting 5. So this just helps you get to your important traps and digs for more.
All right.
For the Dinomorphia traps, there's 3 Domain. Oh, and 3... Where's the last one? Huh. Well, there should be a 3rd Domain. I don't really know where it went.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Should be here somewhere. It should be 3 of both of these. These cards get you to your fusion guys, and they do everything for the deck. Gets you to your Rexterm. It's just incredible. This is the heart and soul of the deck. This does everything.
Of course.
Next up is 3 Dinomorphia Intact. This card's incredible. It negates a monster effect and destroys it, but you need to have a Dinomorphia card, but it protects you from Ash, which is just incredible. It also makes it so you can't die for the turn, because whenever you take battle damage, it just becomes half your life points, which is just really great.
Is that the new card of the new set?
This card's from Cyberstorm Access, so this is the new one.
So if you already have fusion, you already search for the counter, right?
Yeah.
All right.
If you already have what you need.
Gotcha.
Next up is 1 Sonic. There's an argument for some more of this one, but I only played out 1. And it gets a spell trap, and then you have to destroy it, and then you destroy a Dinomorphia monster you control. It helps you proc your floating for your Dinomorphias, but I'm only playing it at 1. I said it quite a few times off of Therizia when they had back row to just turn it off. It's good, but it's not you don't play more than 1 because Intact is just the better counter trap.
All right.
Next up is 2 Alert and 2 Brute. Both of these cards are great. You play 2 of each of these, so you can set them off Trap Trick. I don't know, I'm doing this.
Wow.
Alert lets you special summon up to 2 from Grave with a combined level of 8 or less, which just brings back your Rexterm if you've lost it to keep the floodgates going. Brute pops a Dinomorphia monster you control and a card your opponent controls, which also helps you float into more resources. And Trap Trick, most of the time, is going to set you a fusion spell, but quite a few times in the end phase, there would be passing. I would set Alert, which allowed me to OTK. These cards are great. These 2 also stop you, as well as the fusion spells. You banish them when your life points are 2,000 less to not take effect damage, which doesn't come up a whole lot, but it's pretty solid against something like Sword Soul to not die to that.
Gotcha.
Next up is 3 Solemn Judgment. I got 3 different rarities here. This card is just incredible. It pays half your life points, which is everything you want to do with the deck. It negates a spell trap, which is what you often have the most trouble with, something like a triple attack. and it also negates a summon, so it's really good for that. Negating something like a Shangri-La.
Gotcha. What's the lowest you went today? The lowest in life points.
4.
Wow, that's just silly.
Yeah, 4.
That's crazy.
Next up is 3 Ferret Flames. This card shuffles your opponent's monsters in the deck, so their attack is less than or equal to your life points. This card's incredible. Just shuffles your opponent's whole back. It also affects unaffected monsters because it affects your opponent. It's like evenly matched. Just incredible. One of the best cards in the deck.
I'm pretty sure you caught off guard a lot of people with that card, right?
Yeah, not a lot of people know this one. It's in like a structure deck somewhere.
Yeah.
Next up is 3 Gozen Match. This one's kind of a medical. It's very good right now. It could definitely be changed out for something else. But it's really good at Kashtira because they're all different attributes. It's good into Perleak with the light dark thing going on. It's good into Super Heavy with the Earth Dark. It's a little worse against Branded, but still crazy. And all your monsters are dark, so it doesn't really matter for you, except for some of your extra, but it doesn't really matter. This card's just incredible right now.
All right.
That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, you play, at least I play, 3 of every fusion, every Dinomorphia fusion.
All right. Can you go a little bit in depth for the people that don't know?
Rexsturm is definitely the best fusion. He's also the newest one. He lets you, he stops your opponent from activating monster effects on field that have attack that is greater than or equal to your life points. And because the life points are so low, you just turn off all your monsters, or all their monsters.
Right.
He also lets you pay half your life points to set the attack of your opponent's monster equal to your life points, which protects you from battle. And also, when they have a monster that's smaller than your life, you can set their attack to your life so that they can't activate its effects. It also floats into a level 6 or lower once it's destroyed. So oftentimes, you'll be summoning back a Kentragina with it or a Therizia. Next up is Kentragina. This one is also incredible. It loses attack equal to your life points, which is just like a thing it does, which also screws up your opponent's life points numbers too. It also lets you banish a normal trap from your graveyard to copy its effect. So it's really good for copying a domain when you need to do Rexsturm, or a frenzy to just get into Rexsturm. It also pays the life points again, so it gets your life points even lower. This one also floats into a level 4 or lower, so most often you'll be being at Therizia when this one's destroyed, to then set another trap and do more stuff. Stealth Virtue is definitely the worst one of the bunch.
Right.
I didn't make this one a single time today or yesterday.
Gotcha.
But
usually it's like you send it off the fusion spell, correct?
yeah, you send it for Frenzy.
Gotcha.
Then you can banish it for Misc or whatever. Yeah, you send it off Frenzy. It can like burn your opponent, so you can use it to lock your opponent out of like using monsters when their life points are low enough, which is good, but it never came up for me. But you still play it at 3 just because you need the guys at extra, especially when Kashtira is running around banishing cards from extra deck.
Gotcha. All right.
That's it for the Dinomorphia fusions. The last 6 cards in the extra deck are very, you can play whatever you want. These 3 are the better ones. These 3, I made Castel like once. I never made either of these. This is definitely up to your preference. Logia is probably the best one of the bunch. Psychic and Punisher also comes up if you're playing Ash. You can normal Ash to make it with an 8 with your Rexsturm.
Right.
And because your life points are so low, it effectively is like a bunch of attack, like infinite attack, plus can't be affected, which is just crazy if you make it.
It's a win button.
Yeah.
Right.
These 2 are both just negates with your 2 with Diplos plus Therizia, or 2 of the same. Both incredible. Castel, in theory, oftentimes your opponent's left on with 500 life points. Or not Castel, Cowboy. Opponent's left with 500 life points, so you can kill him with it. It didn't come up that much. Definitely room for other stuff like Ark Rebellion, plus Raiders Night if you want it. But it's not super important. Castel is really nice for outing something like a Shangri-La, because specifically, because Shangri-La, its effect to protect doesn't activate, and your Rexsturm is also 3000, so it can be kind of hard to out, so this guy just outs that. Zeus is, I also didn't make once. It's like fine. In theory, you can walk in something like Cowboy attack position or a Castel to make him, but it doesn't really, he didn't come up very much. Definitely up to preference with these.
Alright.
And now for the side deck. For Floodgates, I'm playing 3 summon limit, 3 anti-spell. These are great going first at just stopping your opponent from playing.
Of course.
Anti-spell is definitely the better one in this format. You put it in against like almost everything: Pearly, Kashtira, Super Heavy Samurai,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Some of it's a little worse, but it's still crazy. If your opponent can't play, then like you don't really need your more summons, so it's not kind of that card's also good. But you don't put this one against Kashtira, so it's a little worse.
Gotcha. All right.
For the rest of the side deck, it's for hand traps. It's 3 Droll, 3 Shifter. Droll just because it's good this format. Shifter because you can use it turn 1 to lock them out of the graveyard. It comes back to your turn. You're not like playing the game at all. You're just normaling Therizia or setting 5, and then it goes back to their turn, and then it wears off. So this card's just good at stopping graveyard decks. And Droll just because it's incredible this format.
That's okay.
And the last 3 cards on the side are just 3 Radiants. This can be like any Kaiju realistically, or anything else you want. I like this one because it plays under your Gozen match, but realistically you're probably taking out Gozen match to put this guy in. So he's fine, but yeah, he's just a Kaiju.
All right.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, congrats on top 16. This is Junior signing out. Peace.